As a landlord, can you refuse to accept a tenant's rent payment? Why on earth would you want to refuse a tenant's rent payment? And then when is it smart to refuse a tenant's rent payment? Well, we're going to answer those questions, and we're going to do that right now. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Michael White. I'm a realtor of Acorn Property Group, powered by Keller Williams, and I'm based out of Charlotte, North Carolina. And if this is your first time on my channel and you're interested in learning about all things real estate, go ahead, hit the little bell icon, and hit the little subscribe button. I post new videos every week and you don't want to miss anything. Before we get started, here's my disclaimer. We're going to discuss some legal issues, and it's important to make it clear right up front that the presenter, Michael White, is not engaged in rendering legal advice. Everyone's situation is unique, so before you take any real-world action, be sure to check with your attorney. Well, there are really only two cases where you have to accept the payment. The first one is when full payment is offered within the specified time period as noted in the lease. The second case would be when full rent is offered during the specified time frame in the pay or quit letter that you send out to your tenant. When is it acceptable to refuse a rent payment? Well, there are really four cases where you can refuse a rent payment. The first one is when a tenant offers to make a partial payment. Now, the lease that you sign with your tenant, there's an expectation there that the rent would be paid in full within a specified time frame. If you check the lease, you'll notice there's no provision in there for a partial payment. So you're under no obligation to accept a partial payment. Number two, during the eviction process, do not accept any kind of payment from your tenant. If you accept the payment, you deposit the check, and whether it's a full payment or a partial payment, you've screwed up the process. The process automatically stops, and you're no longer able to evict that tenant. So the key here is don't accept the rent payment during the eviction process. Number three, when the lease has expired and you've given the tenant proper notice to vacate, you do not have to accept the rent. If you accept the rent, then you're letting the tenant stay for another 30 days. And number four, rent payments are made in a form that's not specified within the lease. So now a lot of tenants want to pay by cash or by personal check. You can refuse to accept cash or personal check. Now you can also mandate or specify within the lease the forms of payment you're willing to accept. They could be credit cards, debit cards, electronic payments, money orders, cashier checks, whatever. But again, you do not have to accept personal checks or cash. Keep in mind there is no federal or state law that mandates how rent payments have to be made. So it's not a protected class. Again, you can specify the type of form of payment you want to receive. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Leave me some comments below in the comment section. And then, consider subscribing to my channel. It's real easy. All you got to do is hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon. I post new videos every week. You don't want to miss anything.